Cruzeiro looking to pass their way through. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I'll be fascinated to see how the manager instructs Lorenzo Pellegrini to operate in this game, because you can see him playing very effectively as a number 6, a number 8, or a number 10, playing behind the striker. And he must be a nightmare to defend against with the way he's able to drift into wide areas and just keep everyone guessing. What a talent.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. El Ainawi. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. And it's Piscini. Nice looking ball.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And here's Marlon. He's picked his way through. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Tonali. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. And a chance! And that's caused a worry or two.
Very speculative, with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
McAllister. Batasagi picks it up out wide. Batasagi plays in a big header! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Piscini. Now it's Inzaghi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's had it nicked away. Goes for a shot! Amazing from McAllister. He's got himself an absolute peach. The crowd demanded, and he was thrilled to oblige. You just know there is no stopping that.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backing.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Swung over. Good running, strong and purposeful. Referee has just said play on. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Piscini, well timed, excellent interception. Cristante, passes coming off in quick succession here. And it's Pellegrini. Tsimikas gets into a good position. Tries to get it clear, and he's picked it up out wide. Chance! And that is wildly off target.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst decision in the world to go for the shot, even if he was being closely marshalled.
One 0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Batasagi. McTominay. Now it's Tonali. That has been cut short. Tsimikas. Cristante.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Wrench. And it's Piscini. Now it's Marlon. Piscini. And the shot! And it's come back out to him. It's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
That has certainly made things interesting.
I happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
He's shifting through the gears here. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. And it's made its way to him. Ball comes in. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Yeah, it's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. So once again, we're underway. Tsimikas just eases him off the ball. McTominay looks to the other side.
That's a great ball cross-field.
He's got space here. Oh, well measured. That's a simple one for the keeper. That's put paid to a promising move. Tsimikas. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Pellegrini. And it's Cristante. Piscini. Wrench. Hit into the middle. And he gets rid in a hurry.
Is that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. It's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
And he's had a hit! He's taking no chances there. And now they can spring out of defence. Just about up to the hour now. Piscini. And it's Piscini. It's a promising position. Showing good feet. Now here's the delivery. Oh, shooting chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Batasagi. Tonali plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass, and a tricky one at that.
Howson. Tonali. Now McTominay. And it's Chiellini. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Dybala. Can he get on the end of this? And they're not going to make any further progress now. That is ended up in no man's land. Wrench. Played into space. Batshuayi attempts a clearance.
Teremos uma substituição.
And there's going to be another change here. And now they can clear their lines. Cruzeiro are looking to go forward now. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tonali. And this is Inzaghi. And it's McTominay. Oh, good spread. Not much subtlety about that challenge.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Somewhat off target. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Lovely bit of skill. Oh, he has stuck it into his own net.
Oh, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So here comes the substitution. Rashford coming on here. A change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter, but this will make a nice change.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Just 5 minutes left. Batshuayi, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cruzeiro, moments now away from seeing this one out. Nicely spread. Now it's Rashford. And here's Paqueta. Kochu.
Teremos 3 minutos de
Intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's gone for goal! They've got to be quick to recover this. Dovbik. Dybala. And it's Tsimikas. Now, can they get him away? Kukçu calmly anticipates. And there goes the final whistle. Cruzeiro have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. McAllister taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Your final thoughts, Jim?
I enjoyed that, Peter. Both teams went about their work in a really committed manner, and for me it just always held an interest.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Well, it's a formation, this, Jim, with a packed midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, Peter. You know, combative without the ball, expansive with it. It's a system that's naturally going to ask an awful lot from your central striker, but also for anyone positioned out wide. You're the key supply route, and at the same time, the defensive cover. So, effectively, you're the lungs and legs of the team.
McTominay attempts a clearance. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Out to the left it goes. Oh, that's nice. And it's Fascioli. And here's Keane. McTominay did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Turns back here, probably the best option. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
David De Gea. He's one of the all-time great shot stoppers, Peter.
Inzaghi! Oh, he's been caught on it here. Cleared away. Keane. And here's the chance to counter. No, that's been intercepted. Opts for safety. So it is still 0-0. Bartasaghi. McTominay. And it's Bartasaghi. Now it's Keane.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And he's going to be disappointed with that. Howson. Now Albert Ferrer. McTominay. Tonali. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Threads one in, and he's cut it out. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Half an hour played now. Bartasaghi. McTominay. And it's McAllister. And he's gone searching cross-field. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And he's there to clear it.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
It's a promising position. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Door is there to clear. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's Bartasaghi. That's tidy. Filippo Inzaghi. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Can he get on the end of this? Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Knocks it into space. Now the ball, chance! Their attempt, just the wrong outcome. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So we reached the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. The action is back underway.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Corsons. Tonali. Now Hausen. Bartasaghi. McAllister is always looking to break lines. Now Tonali. Hausen. Now, can they get him away? Oh, it's inches away from being a really good ball. Door. Tries to pass it through. Bartasaghi to McAllister. And it's McTominay. And it's Inzaghi. Out to the right. And that has left him in a heap. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. And Door concedes a free kick for that. Chiellini. Tonali. Corsons. Fagioli.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
He just refused to budge, and he's got his way. And he's picked it up out wide.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And they're quick to get it back. Tonali.
Tonali really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Clipped into space. Albert Ferrer. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
Undor. It's Fascioli. And that is out of play. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, it looks like they just want to introduce a new focal point to the attack.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 20. Lascia il campo per il numero 91.
Tonali. McAllister. There's the crossfield ball. Great vision. Chance!
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Tries to play it through.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 65.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 19. Il numero 17. Cambio di giocatori.
Fascioli. Now Harrison. That is good strength. Oh, nicely intercepted. McTominay.
Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
McAllister. And it's Inzaghi. It's a good ball out wide. The final 5 minutes.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
It's a mighty effort!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Crosses it in. Cleared away.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Harrison. Oh, important interception. And he's gone looking for safety. And that will be the final act. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack. And the outcome inevitable. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Cruzeiro can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
Ricordiamo a tutti i tifosi che sul maxi schermo è possibile seguire le notizie sul traffico.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And already we're underway here. Ball driven towards the far post. And a chance!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Cruzeiro make the perfect start. They are already ahead. A real chance! And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
He's forced to go back. Howson. Now McTominay. McAllister. Batasagi.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Cleared away. Knocks it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well...
Has a shot! Oh, that was a half-decent effort. Howson. Cruzeiro leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. McAllister played out to the right. Cruzeiro enjoying a good spell right now and leading. Gets into some space. Oh, such a clever touch. Now the cross. Has a look and plays it forward. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That's a delicate pass. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Pass isn't the best. Oh, well measured. He's had a shot! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Opts for safety. Passing is crisp and sharp. No, he's seen through all of that. Tonali can see things, others simply cannot. Oh, he's found support out wide. He has found the way through. That's Tonali, played in with... Oh, what a climb! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. McTominay. Can he get it through? Shot goal! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Cruzeiro are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
looking to go deep. Big header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Spread out to the left. Now he's had it taken off him. And it's Tonali. McAllister, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's on it, can he get away? And it's made its way to him. Swept in. Chance!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Chiellini. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Chiellini can get it clear. There they go, hunting in tacks. Great ball, and he's in here. Oh, he refuses to take the bait. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Stood up well to him there. They've played it short. There's the delivery. De Gea claims it safe hands. And now they can spring out of defence. It's Inzaghi. Well, can they get him away? Has a look out, shoots! Yes! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
Camisa 21.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. But I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kick-off.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
Cruzeiro have established themselves in a position of absolute supremacy. An action-packed 45 minutes, and they have raced into a 3-goal lead. And we're underway again. Played through into space. Albert Ferrer gets it clear. It's a promising position, and he's onside. Oh, it's played into the area, and the keeper beats it away. And it's hoisted clear.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And the shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
McAllister, the most accurate pass. Cruzeiro is simply cruising along with this 3-goal lead. Played in deep. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Filippo Inzaghi. He's found the way through. Chance for a shot! Quarter of an hour into the second half. Played into space. He's shifting through the gears here. That has been slung wide.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Some good work on the right flank here. Looking to play him in. Lovely feet. He's a sharp little ball here. Shapes to shoot!
Teremos uma substituição.
And it's been taken short. Now the ball in. Cruzeiro have the chance to go the other way. And he's had it nicked away. Could try cutting inside here. Chance! Artasagi gets good distance on it. McAllister, that's going right the way across. Cruzeiro are looking to break at pace. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, that's neat. McTominay. Now this could be a takes a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
So there's going to be another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Nicely weighted ball, and he's picked it up out wide. Lovely bit of skill. Crossing. Point-blank header! No, not the best of headers. Challenge. It's looking wide. We expected better, and so did he. Threads one in. De Gea breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Cruzeiro are almost home and dry now. Albert Ferrer. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such.
He gets big! Just needed better contact.
Substituição no time do Cruzeiro.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
14, camisa 20, deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 8, camisa 6, camisa
Great vision.
4.
That looks a cracking ball. Can he finish? Goal! Yet another goal in an awesome performance. They are in complete charge. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The manager here is absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Cruzeiro are having a ball here. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Teremos 3
Well, he
minutos
got
de
rid because he
acréscimo.
was under pressure.
It's gone out for a throw-in. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. And we're done. Now this is a side which is purring, picture perfect, a win they will relish, having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance. Filippo Inzaghi voted man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. So we're up and running. Two tribes going toe-to-toe. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, the contributions made by Barella, I think, will be key here, Peter. He loves to take up that right half space, we know that. But while he may not necessarily have the final pass or the assist for a goal, he'll have been involved in the move somewhere along the line. He's that kind of player. He's always there or thereabouts. And he's the kind of fella you want in your team.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Leicester. It's a crossfield ball towards the other flank.
Well spotted.
Ibrahimovic. And that has left him in a heap. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Zanetti deals with that comfortably. Real chance! Oh, well spotted, had to be at his very sharpest there. Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. A header! Goal! Inter! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not kicking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Numero 11.
Inter Milan penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
And here's Batistuta. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. And this is Inzaghi. Chance! It's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And that's it. And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim. Cruzeiro get ready for another crack at the big prize. Will they get the win they need to get their campaign off to a flying start, or will their bubble burst over the course of the next 90 minutes? Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Just joining us, we are already on the way. Down the years, of course, Argentina have produced some of the greatest striking talent ever, and Gabriel Batistuta embodies that. Shapes to shoot! They've scored!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. That's Batistuta. He's had it taken off him. Looks a good ball through. Neymar. Yildiz. Neymar. And this is Batistuta. Well timed, excellent interception. It's a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Oh, he made it look a bit predictable.
Neymar. And it's made its way to him. Great chance! That's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Batistuta. Gehi calmly anticipates. Looking tiny in possession here. The ball has bounced loose now. Oh, he's been caught napping. Tonali has it out wide and in space.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Tonali, passing is crisp and sharp. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And he's going to be disappointed with that. Searching pass he's played there. Now it's Batistuta. Distributed tidily. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. João Neves. Lemina. Neymar chips it through. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Chiellini makes the interception. Looking for options for movement. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Cruzeiro with the corner, there first. And he's managed to get rid. Cruzeiro have the chance. And a chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Cruzeiro have their second corner now. Oh, that's an own goal!
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make them.
Oh no, this does not look good. Thierry Correa. And it's Chiellini. Tonali. Gehi. And it's Messi. No, he's seen through all of that. And he's gone searching crossfield. Now it's Batistuta. Gehi. That pass isn't the best. And he plays one through. Neymar. Crunching tackle. Raul proves just a... Raul! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And he gets rid in a hurry. And now they can spring out of defence. This looks promising. And he's managed to get free. That is great defending, so alert. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And the finish! Goal! Cruzeiro! Such thrill, such noise, and how this matters! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Cruzeiro get themselves into the lead.
I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Well read, nice interception. That's an imaginative pass. Lemina. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's a key interception. And there's the end of the first half. Cruzeiro come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Cruzeiro are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. Here we go again then. Lemina.
Pretty robust defending.
Cruzeiro have a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. There's another goal! And that is doing no harm at all.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
He's got away. Can he get on the end of this? Lemina. Van Dijk. That has ended up in no man's land. He's got to goal!
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had...
That's rather hopeful. João Neves. Great vision. João Neves. Neymar is someone with real dynamite in his boots. And here's Messi. Neymar has set up one goal so far. Can he get it through? Oh, that's nice. Now that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Messi, ready to try one.
Well, he can produce power, precision, and
Messi! It's a loose ball. Out towards the flank. With numbers sharp and uncompromising. And that's aimed into the middle. And it's hoisted clear. And the volley. And for sure, that was not one of his best.
it wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Sai para a entrada do jogador, camisa 7.
Mbappe! Big chance! Big chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. Yildiz. Threads one in. Oh, super find.
Cruzeiro really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Substituição no time do Cruzeiro. Camisa 7. Camisa 20.
Cruzeiro do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Camisa 9.
Promising position.
4.
João
Teremos uma
Neves, and he shoots!
substituição.
Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Right roll. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Neymar receives it in a good position here. Neymar was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That's been cut out, well played. Lamina, Raul. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Ball driven towards the far post. Tonali. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Substituição no time do Cruzeiro. Camisa 10. Vai ser substituído pelo jogador. Camisa 8.
João Neves looking to play it into the box. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. João Neves powering forward here.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Looking for a runner. Lucas Paqueta gets across to intercept that. Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. Oh, this looks sharp. Played into space. No, that's been intercepted. Tonali. Moved on forwards. It's Batistuta. He's in a great now Mbappe. And the shot! Goal! We thought it was over. It's all square once more. A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Well, how cool was...
Tries from a long way out. That's Tonali. Oh, super ball. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Nicely intercepted. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Chance, surely!
Foram indicados 4 minutos de
It's a
acréscimo.
simple one for the keeper. Now it's Mbappe. He is through here. João Neves. Good running, strong and purposeful. Raul. No, that was never going to make it. And that will be it. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Cruzeiro e vai
There's Nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
I think Pavel Nedved's going to have a starring role here, Peter. Being two-footed, he can operate both as a traditional and as an inverted winger. So he always offers you that option, hugging the line or coming inside.
Very versatile, isn't he?
Yeah, and then there's that trademark run from deep.
So the defence are going to have their hands full.
You can say that again.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Nedved. Mateusz. Nedved will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Tonali, the most accurate pass. And he cuts out the supply. João Neves. He's a sharp little ball here. And it's McAllister. We expected better, and so did he. That has been cut short. And it's Tonali. Nicely weighted ball. Can he get on the end of this? Messi providing an outlet on that flank. That's really well cleared. That's a throw. It's Nedved. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Cruzeiro getting forward at times, but achieving little of substance. Davids looking for a runner. Oh, that was vital. First quarter of an hour gone. João Neves.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Davids. And it's Nedved. Oh, well measured. He's cut it out. And that is out of play. Messi. Tonali. Now Howson. Chiellini. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Mateusz. Makaleli. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Howson deals with that comfortably. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That has ended up in no man's land. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he? Cruzeiro couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Oh, it's Nedved. Mateusz. Well read, nice interception. Tonali. Oh, good spread. And it's Davids. Looking for the run. And this is Ronaldo. Jordi Alba could try cutting inside here. Messi. Now, can they get him away? And there's green grass ahead of him. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Pinches it off him. And it's made its way to him. And he's being shifted off it. Davids. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Ferdinand cuts out the pass. João Neves gets across to intercept that. Tonali plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Davids. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Messi. That's been cut out, well played. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Great ball, and he's in here! And that could well leave a mark. Cruzeiro with the corner, there first.
Substituição no time do Cruzeiro. Camisa 22. Vai ser substituído pelo...
Goal! Cruzeiro! And Cruzeiro take the lead. Great corner, and he did the rest.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
That was good alertness. Cruzeiro have run the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. And the shots! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And it's half-time here. Well, they've certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Cruzeiro have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. Here we go again.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
No, he wasn't going to let him past. Threads one in. Engages and forces him off the ball. Had a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Substituição no time do Cruzeiro.
Cruzeiro can make their change now with a break in play. Got amongst the goals here, and now he takes his leave.
Look, you can only give your all, and he's delivered in that regard, and I think the manager has probably just spotted now a little tiredness creeping in, and, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, he's doing the right thing.
So, is it really plausible to have a hit from here? Ferdinand. Tries to dink it through. He's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Cruzeiro are looking to break at pace. He's shifting through the gears here. And here's McAllister. Deep cross. Oh, what a climb! They just took too long getting forward.
Look, if they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive.
And that has put paid to that. McAllister is always scanning the pitch for targets. McAllister is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Cruzeiro are still that goal to the good. It's a searching pass. Howson cuts it out. Oh, good-looking ball. Now it's Nedved.
Bayer Leverkusen really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Mateus gets a foot in here. Howson calmly anticipates. Davids. Not the most convincing of passes. Now he's got space here. Howson gets over and intercepts. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Well-timed, excellent interception.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Thuram promptly onto that, and that is that. Ronaldo chasing after it, and it's Davids. That's an imaginative pass. Chance! Oh, he's hit the bar! He has done it! Bayer Leverkusen back on level terms. Rummenigge duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Bayer Leverkusen grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Leicester. And here's Nedved. Oh, that's superb. Rummenigge flashes it across.
Bayer Leverkusen clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
And this is Nedved.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And this is Ronaldo. Rummenigge. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Substituição no time do Cruzeiro. Camisa 10, camisa 18, camisa 20. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 21, camisa 8, camisa 6.
Bayer Leverkusen are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. That has been knocked clear. Cruzeiro are looking to go forward now. Valverde.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
And the finish! Denied by an instinctive save.
Del Piero clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Desperate defending required here. Now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Davids.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Teremos 3 minutos de acréscimo.
Now it's Mbappe. And he plays one through. He's beaten the last man. And the shots! Oh, it's in! Late in the day! This could well be it! Simplicity itself.
Mbappe really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Cruzeiro take the lead. Now it's just a question of holding on.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
And time is up. Cruzeiro proudly puff out their chests in victory. They know that was a battle. They know it could so easily have gone the other way. And they are clearly so happy to have won it.
Senhoras e senhores, colaborem com o
Cruzeiro
nosso fundo
leave
de
it late,
reforma do
but in
estádio.
the end, it was great.
Well, this looked like it...
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Already we're underway here. Tonali reaching his double century today. On his way to becoming a part of the furniture in this part of the footballing world.
Yeah, he's the mainstay in this team, Peter, and his value can never be underestimated. One of the first names on the team sheet, a priceless asset.
Oh, this looks sharp. And it's Vieira. McAllister, Tonali, Messi, Serginho, Vieira. Now that's well seen too. And here's Inzaghi. Adriano. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. That pass was somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
The most accurate pass. Fair to say, I think a cautious start from both teams. Some really good ball movement. Tonali, Messi. It's a good run down the right. Oh, that's fabulous. Messi. In by Messi. And he gets rid in a hurry. Cruzeiro with the corner. There first. Tries to get it clear. He's going for goal! He has hit that forcefully.
I think it was one of those, Peter, where he's caught it too well. He's not even looking at the keeper, so he knew where everything was.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. And he was alert to it. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
That's an imaginative pass. And here's Inzaghi. It's a good spell of possession. It's Inzaghi! Plenty to enjoy about the build-up there, not so much the finish.
Filippo Inzaghi had the chance of finishing off a fabulous move. At least we saw some terrific high-tempo approach play.
This ended up in no man's land. Oh, good spread. Zubimendi. And here's Inzaghi. Neither side yet able to find the net. And no, that was never going to make it. Now it's Mbappe. Inzaghi! He is desperate to get on the score sheet. But not this time.
They're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Cruzeiro have their second corner now. And that should get the job done. That pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Saliba. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Cruzeiro are down to 10 men. De Gea gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Now it's McAllister. Succumbs to the pressure. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. He has found the way through.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Tonali. That's been cut out, well played. That looks a decent ball. It's a promising position. And it's Vieira. Picks out, shot a goal! Goal! Flamengo! And Flamengo take the lead. That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Flamengo have penetrated for the first time.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
David Villa. Fiore. David Villa. Now there's a fight. It's Adriano! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! That is a gem! An absolute gem! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on.
He's having a shot! It's in! Deep into first-half stoppage time, a crucial goal. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. Reflections on the first half?
Well, Peter, there's no doubting that the situation is quite bleak when you're not only losing but a man down as well. And while the break is most welcome in giving the opportunity for the players to regroup, there's no doubting that the next 45 minutes are going to be extremely difficult.
Substituição em andamento.
Here we go again.
Cruzeiro really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Can they get him away? He has a look out. Serginho. And it's Serginho. Howson. McAllister. And he goes cross-field.
Good ball, that too.
It's a pretty loose pass. Saliba. Odo is looking to influence the game from out wide. Howson. Rijkaard. Flamengo finding their passes. Well, that's surely a foul, free kick. Vieira knocks it out wide. Ball is over the line. One over. Messi chasing after it. And that is a little undercooked. Now it's Mbappe. He's had it taken off him. And here's the chance to counter. Oh, that's a key interception.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. So a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
Tonali with a definite foul there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Substituição no time do Cruzeiro.
Cruzeiro making another change here.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Played out wide. Cruzeiro have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Cruzeiro are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Vieira, who's set up one goal so far. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival. McAllister. Strong running down that left flank. No way he was going to let him past. Rijkaard. Now it's Mbappe. He's in space and looking for options. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Al-Kubasi spots it and intercepts. Cannavaro. Now he's off and running. No, that's been intercepted. Rijkaard. Looking to play him in. And this is Adriano.
Flamengo clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Vicious ball here. Decent chance! And that could come back to haunt them.
Substituição no time do
It looked to me
Cruzeiro.
like he just changed his mind at the last second there.
Vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 8.
So here comes a substitution.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Looking tidy in possession here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Flamengo clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Well read, nice interception. Cruzeiro are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
Yeah, a true great in every sense of the word.
Pretty robust defending.
Now who's going to be first to this? Now it's Hazard.
Flamengo really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Flamengo clearly now in lead preservation mode. Odo. For Olise. And it's Vieira.
Teremos 3 minutos
Added
de
time going up
acréscimo.
here. It's 3 minutes. And the through ball. Cleared without hesitation. They get a throw in. And here's Valverde. Cross to the back post. Cannavaro with the clearance. And he's taking no chances there. And the referee brings it to a close. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. That could spell trouble. He's through, it's one-on-one. Well, it's a foul there right on the edge of the box. And the referee has given a free kick just outside the box. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
Well, he had a decision to make, Peter, and it's worked out badly.
Substituição no time do Brasil.
What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. We have the first dead ball situation of the game, promising one. Going for goal! Just off target.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter, certainly the way he's been playing.
Doku purring through the gears. Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Chiellini making his 200th appearance today. I guess it's the most significant team news.
Yeah, and he's proven himself to be quite a player in the last 190.
Real chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around.
And the finish! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just unrelenting, Peter, wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Cruzeiro with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. He's going for goal! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Cruzeiro have their second corner now. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Forlan. No, that was never going to make it. First quarter of an hour gone. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Brazil looking to pass their way through. Tries to pass it through. Chiellini. McTominay. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Cafu does well to stand firm and defend it. They get a throw in. Davids, he won't be happy with that one. Kubasi. Housen. Marquinhos goes sliding. He's tried one! Oh, another save.
Well, the keeper saved his team again here, Peter, but he needs more protection from this defence.
Corner number 3 coming up. Brazil are looking to go forward now. Doki.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
He's found a way through. So it's going to be another corner. Corner number 4 coming up here. And he shoots! That's a sharp pass. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Forlan. And that is as far as they're going to go. De Gea punts it upfield. No way through. And he's forced to go back. Whistle's gone, that's foul. He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Zanetti. Not the most convincing of passes. For Messi. And it's Davids. Well, he's ended up in no man's land. Nicely weighted ball. Picked out brilliantly. Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Cafu. Zanetti. Baresi. And it's Zanetti. Rijkaard. Shifted it to the flank. Tonali conjures time and space where few can. Rijkaard. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
McAllister. Oh, he goes for a shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. And it's half-time here. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. We'll do it back on the first 45 minutes.
Cruzeiro may probably be feeling a little aggrieved about not capitalising on such a bright start. Their mood at half-time should be more upbeat. The glass remains half full and it should spur them on.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0.
Senhoras e senhores, observem no telão as informações do trânsito. Teremos uma substituição.
That gets things going for the second half.
Cruzeiro clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
It's Tonali. Searching pass he's played there. Nicely worked. That has been cut short. Doku. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Lovely feet. He's got away. Quick look, then plays it in. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. And that's put paid to a promising move. Oh, what's he charged? Surely! He's delivered all right! An act of charity gratefully received.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
Para o Cruzeiro. Aos 11 minutos do segundo tempo pelo jogador, camisa 9.
Cruzeiro have broken through. It's 1-0.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Played out wide. There's the shot! No, not quite.
Brazil have found chances hard to come by, so that's perfectly understandable.
Substituição.
Cruzeiro have turned to their bench and we're going to have a substitution.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that. That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Davids aims beyond the defence. And the shot! It's in! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. No space, no problem, you just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more.
Chance! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Ah, that's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Batistuta. Somewhat off target. Cruzeiro do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. McAllister is always looking to break lines. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Neymar. He's going all the way. Neymar! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Zanetti. Cafu. Baresi. There could be trouble here. It's run loose here. Played into the box. And that is expertly dealt with. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Baresi. Zanetti. Cafu. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given.
Substituição em andamento.
Fraco.
Foram indicados 4 minutos de acréscimo.
And it's Marquinhos. It's not an especially good pass, that. Defending was strong and firm. And here's Mbappe. And the referee brings it to a close. Cruzeiro are enjoying their moments of collective uplift.